In the Halloween event, you get to choose between pumpkin boxes or trophy boxes. Now, you can choose whatever vibes better, but let's ruin that by telling you which one gets you objectively more value. Oh, and there's a chance for you to win a skin at the end of the video too. Before I calculate the values of pumpkin and trophy boxes, as usual, let's go through how the event works. So you collect candy in the event by playing every day, so this is going to replace your free daily star drops, and you can also get candy from all these PvE events. We'll go through more about candy collection later in the video. But the important part is that when you get 95 candies, you are presented a choice to trade them for one pumpkin box or a small trophy box. But here's the interesting part. You don't get the trophy box right away, because the next time you get 95 candies, you can choose to upgrade the trophy box until it reaches Ultra Trophy Box. So it's kind of like paying 95 candies for a small trophy box, or 190 candies for a big box, and up to 475 candies for an ultra box. After you reach that point, you cannot upgrade the box anymore, so you can only choose pumpkin boxes from there on. So you can only get one trophy box from this event. So now our question is, does picking all the pumpkin boxes get you the most value, or should you choose a trophy box? And in that case, which level should you upgrade it to? Now to find that out, we gotta find the value of one pumpkin box first. I've seen Lex and Ben talk about how this is like
the best boxes ever.
The best box we've ever had.
So let's see if this lives up to that hype. Each pumpkin box has 10 draws, and here is the drop rates table for each draw. Now we just multiply these two columns. So for example, we do 60 times 36.5% at the top, and we multiply everything by 10 to get 10 draws, and this is the average value of one pumpkin box. The reason there are two coin values is that the top one doesn't take into account the value of gadgets and star powers. I know a lot of you don't like to count that as coin value. And as usual, there is limited cosmetics you can get from pumpkin boxes, and for skins, it's mostly made up of the new Halloween skins and also some catalog skins. And I think it's time for the speech about credits. So there's 3 checkboxes here. If you select one, that means you've unlocked all brawlers of that rarity, meaning if you roll the odds for that rarity, it will go to fallback instead, which is always far less than the credit value of the brawler, which is why if none are selected, the credit value of a pumpkin box is pretty high, but it becomes way less if you select all of it. I will leave a link below to this spreadsheet if you want to mess around with it after the video. Exemptions apply. Seek out a financial professional before making decisions. ShiuMing, the YouTube channel, is not liable for any financial loss resulting from the aforementioned information. Anyways, let's compare this to trophy boxes. So each trophy box has a different number of draws, and they also guarantee a skin of different rarities. So using the drop rates and all that information, I also calculated the value of all the trophy boxes. It's exactly how I did it for the pumpkin boxes too. One very easy thing to notice is that trophy boxes only offer cosmetic value, and maybe a few gems if you're lucky. So if you don't care about skins at all, go all in on pumpkin boxes. Later on, I will tell you how much progression you can get if you do that versus getting a trophy box. Now for my pink pony girls, here is how I'm gonna compare the cosmetic value. I'm gonna compare one pumpkin box with all the trophy boxes divided by how many upgrades it requires. So for example, I'm gonna divide the value of an ultra box by 5. Because essentially, you're making the choice between getting 5 pumpkin boxes and upgrading one trophy box 5 times up to one ultra box. And here's the comparison. As the trophy box gets better, the numbers also get higher. And the ultra box has the highest bling and gem value per upgrade. So that means if you choose a trophy box, you should go all the way to get the most out of your candies. Now let's compare the ultra box with the pumpkin box. You can get more of everything in ultra boxes except for pins, sprays, and icons, which obviously are irrelevant. So it's clear, if you want cosmetics, you gotta go for the ultra trophy box. Or is it? Because I have 2 caveats here actually. The first one is that trophy boxes can only get you catalog skins. Only pumpkin boxes can get you the new Halloween skins. So if new skins are what you're going for, absolutely choose pumpkin boxes. And also, not every skin is created equal. What if all you want is the hypercharged skins? So that is the Kenji skin from the pumpkin box and just a random skin in trophy boxes. What option gets you the higher chance of a hypercharged skin? Now this is actually really close. Because remember, 5 pumpkin boxes is equivalent to 1 ultra box. So we are comparing it that way. For 5 pumpkin boxes, you have a 4.9% at the hypercharged Kenji skin. For ultra boxes, it's 4.3%. So if you really want to max out your chances and you like the Kenji skin, pumpkin boxes will actually be the slightly better option. Okay, now that we established what you should pick, let's find out how much progression you're actually getting from the event, depending on what you picked, to see the sort of big picture difference. Right now, I don't really know how much candy you can get from the event. A big part of it is the sugar rush, so during some weekends, after you click this button, in the next 10 minutes, you can get a lot more candies from the PvE battles, but I don't know how much you can achieve within 10 minutes, because I haven't played the new bosses before. I don't have the dev build. But one thing I did notice was that during Sugar Rush, you can also get candy from normal trophy games, and you can get 50 candies from winning a Brawl Arena game, which is more than the 30 extra candies that you can get from the PvE events. But of course, a Brawl Arena game takes longer. That's why they offer more candies, right? So here is what I'm gonna do. After the Sugar Rush begins, play the easiest boss levels. Don't traverse vertically, traverse horizontally. And when there's like 1 minute left, if you know that this is gonna be the last match before the timer runs out, then play the Brawl Arena game with something that's easy to win, maybe a low trophy brawler. Because you can get the candy as long as you start the game before the timer ends. So because I can't predict the amount of candy you can get, there's just too many variables, in this spreadsheet, I'm gonna leave out a space for you to fill out the amount of candy you collected, and it will tell you how much resources you can get if you picked all pumpkin boxes or if you picked an ultra box too. And of course, with these events, Supercell love to put out gem offers for the new boxes, so let's find out how much a pumpkin box is worth in gems to see if you should buy any of the offers. Except if you're using code Shiu. In that case, you can just stop the video right here because it is worth it. Okay, but seriously though, code Shiu accounts for a huge portion of the money coming in because these videos are obviously a bit more niche, so they don't reach the broadest audience, so I don't get the most money based on YouTube ads. So any code Shiu support means a lot to keep the channel running, maybe more than you might expect. Anyway, about the gem value. Now a bit more info on the conversions. For the coins and power points, I'm using the conversions for the level up offers because the normal shop conversions are ridiculously inflated on purpose. So if you take into account everything, it's 110 gems. But obviously, you're not gonna care about pin sprays and avatars. So if we exclude those, the gem value goes down to 70. And if there are any other resources that you care or don't care about, you can adjust these checkboxes to find out how much a pumpkin box is worth to you. And you can also adjust the credit fallback that I mentioned all the way 5 minutes ago, and that will affect the gem value too. This spreadsheet all links together. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. One thing to mention though, if you're planning to buy pumpkin boxes because of the new skins, or maybe some skins that you like, I would wait until the last day of the gem offer and see how many skins you got from the free boxes that you earned. Because if you got pretty lucky and you got a lot of skins that you wanted, you don't have to buy it. Because that means most of the skin rewards will just be fallback bling, which is a tiny fraction of the original value. Alright, as I mentioned, the spreadsheet to everything that I showed and mentioned is down below, and I just want to remind you guys that the Hot Takes hotline is still a thing. This is a way for you guys to submit any social media posts that you've seen that you find interesting, and I will make a video fact-checking them, diving deeper into the topic that might not be possible with a tweet or a short-form video. And if your submission is picked, you can win a free barley skin. I'll keep checking submissions for the next weeks and months, so bookmark this form for the future. And if you want to see an example of that, this is the first hot takes hotline that I made about how Supercell lied to us about the transition from mastery to records.